It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. It's Wednesday night.
Give me a hell yeah. What? What?
Yo, 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 yo. Welcome in, everybody, to this week's edition of the Wrestling Lounge. I am your host, Bear, joined by my infamous co host, Cousin Rufus. What a way to start the show, Rufus, with a little tribute to the late and great Bray Wyatt, gone but not forgotten.
Absolutely. Hard to believe it's been 2 years on that guy. So, lost a great mind for this wrestling business, but
Absolutely.
not forgotten.
Yeah, so let's jump right into this thing. There's a lot of stuff that's been going on over the last 4 or 5 days. We had dual PLEs coming in on Sunday. We had uh, what we had. We had the whole. I know that you really want to talk about this promo between John Cena and Logan Paul. SmackDown. I mean, give us the.
I do, but first, I've had a rough day today.
Tell me about your day.
Have you ever had where you went from an iPhone to an Android and forgot all your passwords and usernames
Bruh.
and
Yeah.
it's been a challenging day to try to get a phone up and going, and I'm about ready. I've had it. So
I wish you guys could have been with us today.
Over, so.
Yeah, today's episode in real life was Rampage by Rufus. You talk about a middle-aged man fighting with usernames and passwords. He would have made TikTok Vic extremely proud.
It's just pathetic. Anyways, let's jump into this SmackDown. I rated SmackDown this week a 7-0. It was average to me. The best part, I thought, obviously, was the John Cena Logan Paul promo. I thought it was absolutely phenomenal. You got to see that side of John Cena that we kind of haven't seen in a while, as far as the promo, the way he's on the mic. It was fantastic in my opinion. Got Logan Paul there, and Logan got his revenge back on him, but flipped a script on that. That's what he said. Called him a parasite.
We got a parasite.
But I'm going to tell you, if he didn't see something in this kid, he wouldn't put him in being part of his farewell tour, in my opinion.
I do agree 100%.
I know a lot of people don't like him. I know you're one that probably don't care for Logan that much. I do. I think he's decent talent.
Now wait a minute. Let me clear the air on this, because I know that he is a YouTuber. I know that he is a viral moments guy. I don't hate the guy. That's what my problem is.
He hasn't paid his dues.
Correct. I think that if you come in, I think John Cena hit the nail on the head 100% across the board, Rufus, and I don't give a damn what you say about it.
Talent's talent.
Okay, I understand that, but what's he doing? He's sponsoring the ring. He's got his new bottles of Prime out there. What John Cena say?
You ever had a Prime?
Yeah, actually, I got some right there in the fridge.
Well, you bought them, then I don't want to hear it.
I only bought them because Destroyer loves them. Okay, but it's selling bottles of salt water. That's funny. But for the record, I will give the devil his due. Logan Paul coming in as a streamer, coming in as a viral moments guy, a YouTuber, whatever. He has got unbelievable potential, unbelievable athleticism. You can't deny that. But look at all the guys who've been there for years paying the dues, and Logan kind of.
Not really.
Yeah, really. I mean, how long did he hold the United States belt, Rufus? Fatu got to hold it for how long? Who's been in the game longer? Well, now, okay, listen, chat, crowd. The whole dynamic changes because Fatu's involved.
I'm not gonna disagree with some of it, but I just think, again, he's a very talented individual. I I I like him. I know some people don't, but hey, he's the future of the business, baby.
Yeah, he ain't all gas, no brakes.
So, and then obviously, I think as the show kind of ended, the Logan kind of got his payback on John Cena from
Welcome in, Chad. Welcome in.
another picture there you can show. Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry
Let's
about
go.
that.
Pay
Let's
attention.
go. There it is. Oh, there it is.
There it is. Laid him out. So set up a nice little uh, thing moving into the PLE this Sunday. So that's probably about the only match this Sunday that's probably going to be worth watching, in my opinion. So
Yeah. So my question is, what's your? And you may not know this, but I saw out there that they had dual endings to this with this very scenario right here. I wonder what that's about. You got anything for that?
I didn't know they had two endings. From my understanding, what I was just told was one for the United States and one for the United Kingdom. So
Yeah.
why have two different endings? That I don't get.
I have no idea.
Maybe to set up something different in Paris. I don't know. So
Yeah, totally weird. I don't know, but somebody from over there posted it. So, um, let's roll on, man. We had dual PLEs going on.
First PLE was Forbidden Door AEW.
What do you rate it?
I'm gonna tell you. I wasn't an AEW fan. Didn't really watch it.
Tony
But
Storm's growing on him.
A little bit. Hey, you go back and look at some of her older pictures before she's not a bad looking woman.
She is
But
not.
anyways, I did watch Forbidden Door. I have been watching some of AEW's over the last couple of weeks. I rated this PLE an 8.3. I thought it was really, really good. Um, you had the Copeland and Cage that defeated Killswitch and Sabian.
So
You got to see those two come back together.
I'm glad you brought that up, and I don't know how well everybody paid attention, the viewers or you or anything like that. Obviously, Rufus and I don't watch them in the same place. Um, However, one thing I want to make light of, and I will piggyback off some stuff that I heard here from somewhere else. I thought it was absolutely neat as hell to see the bringing back to life of Killswitch, who obviously was Luchasaurus, the the giving him the shot, which would be like adrenaline or however they played it off, him coming back to life. But I noticed during the match, Rufus, and I don't know if you did, there was a lot of hesitation between Killswitch and Christian Cage attacking each other. Now, if you remember back, Christian Cage was or had the TNT title. Luchasaurus was kind of his bodyguard, his worker, whatever. So I felt like somebody who knew a little bit of the backstory on those two that we might see something come of this, and I'm interested to see is Killswitch gonna are they gonna talk about this on the show like, hey, you attacked me, because keep in mind Killswitch even lifted what was the guy's name? The other guy he was with yeah, Sabian. He lifted him up on his shoulders and allowed Christian and Edge to do a move on him.
Right.
So there was a ton of loyalty at that point, at one point between Luchasaurus and Christian. So I'm curious to see how that goes. Anyways, go ahead.
But I thought it was a good match. I thought it was decent. Like I said, you got to see those two come back into the ring together. Next up, you had the Kyle Fletcher that defeated Takashi. I don't know really how you
Takahashi?
Takahashi.
You want?
I really liked Kyle Fletcher. I thought it was a decent match.
So I want to know for the people who see this, when you look at Kyle Fletcher, I want to know, the link is up. It's right down here below. The Wrestling Lounge 25 at Gmail. Who does Kyle Fletcher remind you of?
Now, I told you, I'm pretty sure when he come out, kind of reminded me of a little bit of the Cody Rhodes aspect. Now, you said you've seen something different in the
I
guy.
do. When I saw him come out, I couldn't help but to think back in the archives, man, of like a Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels esque uh, type of persona. So I'm interested to see. I like you. I haven't been such a big proponent of AEW because of some of the smut, which I did notice that was kind of toned down quite a bit for this show, which I think is great. But I gotta tell you, man, AEW, and we'll get more into the card here, but they're coming into their own, in my opinion, where they're not fixated on WWE. They are doing them, and I think you're 100% right. I think they're doing well.
Correct. So a match that kind of stood out, well, two matches that stood out for me on this whole Forbidden Door, the Hangman and MJF match. That was a really good match, man.
How'd the match go?
It went really well. Obviously, Hangman held on to his title. Uh, I think I don't think you're going to see that be over just yet. But
No.
it was a really good match. I thought they did a really good job putting it together. The best one that again, this was, you know, off the books, so call it, or whatever you want, was the steel cage match.
Oh, the lights out steel cage match.
Yeah,
Man.
there was. Now, I get it. Some of this stuff may be a little hard to watch, you know, with, you know, the blood and stuff like that happened during that match. But those guys put on one heck of a show. I mean, to put their bodies through what they went through, they put on one heck of a show for the fans and for us watching. And
Absolutely.
I thought it was really, really good. And I don't have. I'm going to tell you, watching Forbidden Door versus a WWE PLE, night and day difference in my opinion. And I'll get into that a little more because I will have a segment here that I want to do AEW versus WWE. What I see different just watching AEW over the course of a few weeks. Now, you know, something I'm with you on, the Mercedes with holding all these belts. I disagree with all that. I disagree with her having all these belts.
And I think they're from different places.
And they may be.
I don't think she has 8 or 9 belts just in AEW, but what's the point, man? It's
Well, she at least has
8.
Two from AEW. Well, no, she's the one that has the AEW and the TNA belt, don't she? Is she carrying the?
I don't think so. No.
Isn't there one that carries?
There is somebody that's got the NXT and TNT belt,
that's in NXT.
and that got switched over.
My bad. I'm all mixed up.
It happens. We got a lot to cover, guys. Like there's a lot.
But I don't understand. I mean, maybe that is. Maybe those are just belts that she's accumulated over the course of her career that she comes out with. I don't know, but I mean, overall, again, if you miss Forbidden Door, I tell you, it is well worth a watch. It was well worth it, and I really enjoyed it. So,
Yeah.
I want to move on to AEW versus WWE. Just over the course of a few weeks, some things that I've noticed that is different. AEW is, to me, has a lot more variety on storytelling when it comes to certain things. They have a lot more variety, and what I mean is, like during Forbidden Door, you know, like during the steel cage match, you know, these guys pulled out a thing they thought was going to be thumbtacks and it was gummy bears.
Oh yeah.
You know,
That's
so you get the funny parts. You get a little bit of the hardcore stuff. You get some good old-fashioned wrestling in with it. It's a variety that you've got of wrestling and putting together stories. Where to me, WWE, and maybe I might be wrong, but it's just my opinion. It seems to be the same storylines, just on a different day.
yeah, over and over.
Over and over. So
Hey, so just so you know, not to like get ahead of ourselves, but since you brought that up, don't forget at one of the upcoming shows, we're going to see Sheamus versus Rusev,
you've seen
Volume
over
20.
the last 2 months. So again, some quick things. AEW versus WWE on athletes. AEW seems to focus more on bringing in talent from your indie scene or top level WWE talent that is no longer with WWE.
Right.
Where WWE seems to be looking for more younger talent, like people that was in football or couldn't get cut in football, cheerleaders, and they try to teach them from scratch on how to do this.
You got so much volume because why? You got a ton of volume in the roster, and you don't have the appropriate places to put them. So you're jamming your storylines up. And AEW, I mean, keep in mind, like AEW's got one main title, man, and a stacked deck. But like going off what you're saying, this versus that with your cage match, you got guys like Darby Allin, man, that don't need a belt because
No.
that guy's bringing the pain, he's bringing the gore. I mean, he's a high risk. You can use him in the right place almost every single time to hype and draw the crowd in.
Well,
So
go back to Copeland and Cage. Uh, they don't really need a tag belt. I mean, when he come out, I mean they sung his song for they
wasn't that amazing?
it was to watch that. So AEW versus WWE show opening, big difference in the way they open their shows. WWE seems to have a lengthy promo that you get week after week after week that gets interrupted by Paul Heyman or it's again it's the same thing where AEW seems to start. What I've noticed over the last couple of weeks is they start with a match and it ends sometimes with a big bang. You know
Right.
what I mean? So you start with a match and a big difference in the way they open the shows, titles. You talked about this. AEW, from what I looked up, does have more titles for their mid-grade talent than
Which
what WWE has.
you did say that a couple weeks ago about
Correct.
kind of bringing some back to help stretch it out.
Now, not just picking on WWE. I will say your women's division on these two, WWE is doing it right in my opinion.
Tiffy
They,
time,
they
baby.
do a good job on building these women up and building them to do this. Where AEW seems to be lacking in that department. To me they focus more on the men's side of it. I'm not saying they don't have good talent in the
No,
women. They just
right.
the focus to me isn't there. And from my understanding, and last I seen, 40% of viewership is women. So now I don't know if they're tuning in to see the men or if they truly like to watch the women wrestle, but
Well, I'm sure your youth dynamic is probably tuning in to see the women wrestle and have their heroes like we had Hogan's and Flairs and guys like that. So I'm sure it's there, but I think you're 100% right. I mean, even though I'm not a fan of the whole Tony Storm and what she does, she's blazing trails. I guarantee you, as many people don't like what she's doing, there's probably double that do. And the viewership for AEW probably picks up when she's slated on the card because she talks more about tits than and all that kind of stuff than I've ever
what you
heard.
got to keep in mind again with these two is AEW don't have all the sponsorships like WWE does.
Right.
So they can go a little bit more extreme on what they say, what
Sure.
they do, the blood, stuff. They can go a little because they're not too worried about the sponsorships. Or am I going to lose that? If she says that, am I going to lose this sponsorship?
Correct.
So and they're not on a major mainline TV show
They're not.
either. So
Yeah. Megan's chiming in here. She says AEW has too many titles. I mean, it's a debatable topic. It's what your preference is.
But I mentioned this to you a couple weeks ago. In my opinion, WWE don't have enough titles for their mid-grade people. They got a lot of mid-grade talent that they don't do anything with or don't have an opportunity to hold a title because they're so top heavy.
Well, that or they're giving them to people like Logan Paul. I mean,
Oh, whatever.
so while we're on the topic of AEW, man, I want to ask you about Brodito. Obviously, Brody King and Bandito. What if I mean I give these guys a 9. I think they have great chemistry. I think they are putting on a world-class show as a tag team, and I think it's much needed. Who do you have in your tag team divisions now? Like, what is your standout tag team that don't go off the back in the days? What is your standout tag team right now? Same. I can't think either.
Well,
But they're
tag
doing
teams are pretty well. They're there, but they don't get enough spotlight like they used to back in the day.
Who's the WWE Tag Team Champions?
Uh,
If you don't know, it's okay. It's Finn Balor and JD McDonough. But how many people know that? Like, and you're a wrestling enthusiast, man. You're a co-host to a wrestling podcast. That is how I don't want to. And again, you're right. I don't want to knock WWE, but that's how kind of under entertaining it is for that division that you have to stop and think.
but
Wait a second.
Don't you think, like you talk about tag team? Don't you think that like WWE has more? Yeah, they're our tag team champions, but Finn, you're gonna go out and wrestle a single match tonight.
Right.
Where to me, if you go and you watch AEW, if it's a tag team match, it's a tag team match. You know, they're tag teamed. You know, that's I don't know why. To me, it seems like WWE wants the tag team, but you see a lot of times, like take for example, you got Charlotte Flair and her that are tagging,
Right.
but they're doing single matches together.
Correct.
So I don't.
But jump back over to AEW and look at Forbidden Door. I mean, you had the Hurt Syndicate, which is Shelton Benjamin, Bobby Lashley, versus Brodito versus FTR. I mean, three very, very good tag teams. I mean, if you talk tag team wrestling, you have to put FTR in there because Dax and Cash, man, they have so much chemistry and they ride the roads together. They're not in a bunch of single stuff. They have that chemistry almost like the Steiner brothers or the Legion of Doom, I mean, I think they're doing very, very well in the tag team division in AEW, and I was really, really happy to see Brodito win those belts. And I think that while we're on the topic of the belt discussion, not only does WWE have more or less belts, I think AEW has better looking belts. I think their belts are neat looking, man. They're big, they're stacked, they're bold. Um, just my personal opinion. I like them.
Maybe we should see which one costs more.
I can actually listen. I can get an AEW authentic title for about $800 right now. So I don't know how much they are, but maybe we'll look into that.
Maybe we should try to earn that title.
Maybe I should. I think Hangman's a pretty tough guy, but I'll roundhouse his ass.
You got 30 seconds.
Boom! You got it, Hangman. If you can get me past 30 seconds, I'll tap out.
All right, let's move on. Heat Wave.
Oh yeah, heat wave. So that was the second PLE of Sunday, and yeah,
7.4 is what I gave it.
I think exactly what's on the cover is exactly what stood out to me the most. I don't think it was a bad show by any stretch of the imagination. I think that we are deadlocked in a situation where WWE is trying to counter AEW all the way across the board. My personal opinion, I think it's going to bite WWE in the rear end. Especially kudos to, Tony Khan and the boys over at AEW for doing them. I think that's huge, man. It's huge. Take the high road. Tony's got plenty of money. I'm sure the sponsorship deals will come. Like, I'm sure they'll get into something. But the main thing that stood up.
You never win getting in a pissing match when you can just say, you know what, let them continue to do what they do. I'm going to continue to do what I do best.
Right.
And you're going to have people, again, at one point in time, I was like, I didn't care for because of some of the stuff, but if you kind of overlook it and actually look at the wrestling side aspect of it, it's not that bad. It's a pretty decent show.
And they got, like we talked about before, the camera angles, man. They do have decent camera angles. I mean, you're not just looking and seeing the guy laying there watching the ref count for the kick out or stuff like that. And
Well, I didn't see anyone hand or headbutting their hands this weekend.
oh,
So, at least on
but but
AEW.
but 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 I'll leave it there. And that rematch is coming up for the House of Glory Crown Jewel Championship. I am a Zilla fan, man. I always have been. I believe in the kid. I love the story. I love how he's turning his life around. I hope he beats the shit out of you know who.
Bully?
Yeah, oh yeah, that's
Oh,
it.
there it
Bully.
You
Uncle.
ain't been called Bubba in a while.
Let's call it Uncle
Someone
Bully.
If you listen to him, someone knocked the stutter out of him.
I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna clip that and use it.
Anyways, back to Heat Wave. Yes, that match is probably about the only match that stood out to me. I thought that I don't know the kid's name.
Well, that's you got Javon versus Oba Femi, and I mean,
Javon.
yeah,
I thought he gave it his best shot for a little dude.
buddy, you can't teach heart. You cannot teach determination. I am here to tell you, and it's debatable on if you can teach ethics. And that kid, by God, he gave it everything he had, and look, let's just take a look right here.
In my opinion, Taker should be ashamed.
That's a behemoth.
He told him to go after the biggest guy in the yard.
He sure did.
Set him up.
Set him up. Good job, Taker. Now, he is a mass of humanity. Yeah, he didn't do bad. Now, he took flight at the end of that match, which I felt horrible for. I mean,
isn't that twice?
Yeah, that's twice in a week that guy's went sailing. I mean, Obafemi is a mass of humanity. He is good for the role he is playing. He is very well fitted with that strap. I believe in Obafemi. No offense to Joe Henry, but I do believe in Obafemi, and I like where he's at.
A good match to see. Joe and Oba.
Well, he might throw him all the way over the guardrail. I mean, but I like where he's at. I like what he's doing. I like what he's capable of. He's big. He's a brute. I mean, this guy reminds me a lot of a Brock Lesnar. I mean, he has a very Brock Lesnar / Berserker mentality. The warlord, if you will, not Berserker. So some of the questions that have been coming up are, should they push him on into the main roster? Now you got Ricky Saint, who is coming in and challenging him now, like you've seen on NXT. Yeah, he's coming in and he's
Josh Briggs for that #1 spot.
Right. So here's the play. What do? If Ricky beats him, what credibility does Oba lose? Ricky obviously came from AEW, and he was good there, so I can't take that away from him. But Oba is kind of on a roll, man. I mean, he's on a run, and going back to what you just said a few minutes ago, and chime in whenever you guys want over here, but if you put Oba in WWE on the main roster, who's missing out, and where are you going to put him? What story makes sense? Like, I got a lot of comments on the talk today about don't move him yet. Keep running him through until the appropriate angle comes. And I agree.
I think, there's talk with both of those guys, Oba and Ricky, about probably being moved up to the main roster. And in my opinion, I don't think it's time. I don't know if 6 months from now is the right time. And the reason why I say that is, again, we've had this conversation, is they're already so top heavy. And you take a guy like this that is your champion for NXT, and you move him over to the main roster, where's he going to go?
Who's he going to go against?
Is he just going to fizzle out just like everyone else does?
Look at Penta.
Correct.
Penta's a great example. Yeah.
When they brought him aboard, he had the crowd. Everyone loved him. And they've done nothing with the poor guy. They did not why? Because they've got way too much top tier talent that they've got to put on that card first, or showcase first, and then what? Most of these people get 3 minutes of fame, if they even get TV time.
Poor LA Knight.
I mean, I'll use a prime example, and I haven't followed up to look into it. Let's use Miss Green, for example. She's moved over to NXT. Why? Very good talent that, in my opinion, you've got so much talent. Where are you going to put her? When is she going to get a segment?
I've said this 100 times, Rufus, and
So
I'll say it
was it
100
her
more.
decision to move over there and say,
No.
you know what, I want some time, I want some TV time, you know?
Most underutilized superstar on the roster, Chelsea Green.
So you move these two guys over to the main roster, you move them too soon. What's the plans for them? Where are they going to go?
You're right. It's going to get stagnant.
Just going as a mid-grade card and go nowhere.
You're correct. You're right. It's going to get stagnant, or you're going to take away from a build of someone else's thunder. I mean, you're not going to take Obafemi. That guy's not going to walk in and start at the bottom, obviously. So you take him, you inject him in the top, and into what? You got Bronson Reed that's teeing up with Roman. You got Seth Rollins and his whole four-way going on. And then what? You have a lot of separate angles in the very high end of the business that Oba is going to get squashed by guys who say not your time or creative who can't come up with an angle. Sean, if you see this, leave him in NXT. Let him interfere here or there or whatever. Don't push him up yet.
Not only that, the bigger you make him in NXT, the more tickets you can sell for NXT.
Yeah, I did see a thing that said Shawn Michaels said NXT was the best 2 hours on wrestling, and I won't say yay or nay on it. I think they do a pretty good job. I think they're doing a much better job, especially probably with Sean at the head of the table there. But
at
yeah,
least it's different week to week.
Correct. Different. Yes, 100%. So let's hop into your take on Monday Night Raw.
Monday Night Raw. It began for me. I gave it a 7.3 at the very beginning. Come out with, again, a promo, but Roman Reigns, and it was a good promo.
You can't. Look, Paul Heyman's a genius. I don't care what anyone says.
I thought it was a really good promo between those two, and again, man, the pop that guy got from the crowd was just, I mean, I don't care. Anywhere you put that guy, you're going to sell tickets.
You better hold on to him. Yeah, and I really like the whole fact of, I like how they introduce Bronson Reed as a lineage of the Samoan who was exiled to Australia.
Roman didn't even know.
But you know the best part about that is classic tribal chief fashion. Oh, my bad. Why don't you come on down here and acknowledge me? Give me my mother freaking shoes. Yeah, give me my shoes back. Yeah, because you
acknowledge me.
Kudos to you, Roman.
I thought it was a good promo. I didn't even know you were Samoan. That means you belong to me. So,
that was great. I mean,
so yes, it was very good. I thought it started really good. However,
acknowledge your tribal thief. Roman's gonna kick his whole ass. I'm telling you.
As it went on, I thought the show kind of fell apart, and it fell to a 6.5 for me.
I had a hard time staying engaged with it. I really did. And I'm gonna say it because it's worth saying. Coming off the AEW show, even coming off of Heat Wave, I had a hard time staying completely engaged. And I don't know. I'd love to hear from some other people too.
The other takeaway I took from Raw, I don't know if you called it, was obviously the women's title match, the women's title match, and Stephanie Valcour.
What a heartache, man.
Oh, she earned that spot. She beat 19 other women to get that spot.
We ain't got nobody.
To say that you don't have anyone is the dumbest thing I ever heard, or give me a couple weeks to find out.
So who would you use? Like, let's...
Io Sky. In my opinion, she should be next in line. It should be her and Stephanie fighting for that title. But you know what's probably going to happen? The same thing that happens every single WWE event. We're going to have a fatal four-way between these four women, and whoever wins is going to get the spot to
Right.
go against Stephanie on this. Why? In my opinion, Io Sky, you either take Io Sky or Rhea Ripley. Those two should be the ones that have that spot. But, or, you know what, would probably be even better, because this seems to be the ongoing thing with WWE, is you'll have Rhea, Io, and Stephanie Valcour fight for the title. It'll be a three-way.
What do you think?
But you know what I know? You know what I think this is, in
Mm.
my opinion? This is just my opinion. So you've got this WrestlePalooza that's coming up, right? It's going to be your first PLE on ESPN, right? And it's supposed to combat AEW's that they got going on. So what do? Okay, it's a gimmick. It's a game plan. So you're gonna, from my understanding, that's where John Cena and Brock Lesnar are gonna be.
It's what it sounded
That's
like.
what it sounds like. So why not go ahead and have your title match for the women put on there?
I don't.
It pulls it all together, right? It brings in the fans to pay for the ESPN event,
Sure.
to pay for tickets for the wrestle, and it takes away AEW's thunder that they're trying to do.
I
Why?
just think as much as we have followed and watched Stephanie Vicure and what she's done with the work ethic of this business, promoting herself over getting the top spot, it's heartbreaking to me. I think Stephanie's amazing. I love her to death. I know you like her quite a bit. I hate to see it, and I'm sure it's part of an angle. I'm sure we'll hear all about it in season 2 of Unreal. But besides the freaking point, man, you could put her against Raquel and see how she does versus a larger opponent. You could put her against. I mean, they have a great women's division, man. There's so many angles you could run, and not to mention the fact. What? Think of it like this: what if they ran an angle just
What
for
if
a match?
Charlotte got a shot at it?
What if? What if they just made an angle and say, okay, we've got something going on with Bailey where she is fighting inside of her own mind on this, and Stephanie could say, hey, I'll be happy to help you figure it out. You got a veteran in Bailey who's a phenomenal talent, but what I'm saying is you could have lots of different type of matches to see what chemistries and how it goes, and show off some more Stephanie's skills, because I'm sure there's people out there that haven't followed her, that don't quite know what she's up to or her backstory. So I don't know. It's disheartening to me. And you're right. It's always, let's throw it in a big old mixed deal and do this and do that, and let's flick the old pickle, as we
Well,
like
I
to say.
almost bet you, if I had to put money on this, that's probably what'll happen. Come to WrestlePaloozas, when they'll put this together, it'll be either 3 or 4 women fighting for that title at one time. When, in my opinion, again, I'm tired of seeing fatal 3 ways, fatal 4 ways for a title or a title shot. What happened to, you know what, and again, to me, if you do that, if you say, well, we're going to have a fatal 3 way for the title shot, that's unfair to Stephanie, because she just beat 19 other women to get that top spot. Why should she have to now fight 2 other women? It should be one-on-one for that title.
I don't know. I think some of the things that make you say, huh, like I literally know the son of a factory worker who could probably write a little bit better creative than what we're getting.
Who?
Mm-hmm. You.
Anyways.
Bull.
So, the ending of Raw, same thing, different week. It, again, in my opinion, it gets old. I don't know if they run out of ideas, or, you had the ending where everyone gets involved again,
Right.
and we
Right.
now, I mean, I will give it to Mr. LA Knight. I'd like to see. He had a ton of energy, man. Something I haven't seen in a while, and I liked it. I got into it, with him and Braun Breaker. But
Yeah.
again, the ending was the same ending that we've had over the course of the last 3 weeks, just 2 different opponents, and the ending was the same. And it's frustrating to me, and it's like, what are they doing? Like,
Right.
why? Why can't we just have, and I told you this, why not have it where, this person beat this person, and moving into your PLEs against this to get this title shot against Seth, people's gonna say, oh, well, maybe he will win that belt, or maybe he will win that belt. Instead, it's always let's interrupt it. Let's just I don't get it. So again, it fell apart in my opinion. It fell to a 6.5. I liked the beginning. I liked the spot with LA Knight, and that was about it. Everything else was kind of filler junk to me, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But different story. Did you know? Dom. I guess they had an off-air tag match between Dom, Finn, and JD versus LA Knight, Penta, and CM Punk.
I did not.
Yeah, it was off the air. Now this is just a story I seen. Supposedly, they had a triple suplex that kind of went wrong, and they said, Dom was holding his side. Now, back in
Bruh.
June, we know Dom had some dislocated ribs. So, is he injured? Is he not injured? Or is it the old lie, cheat, steal to get out to keep that title just a little
I
bit
hope.
longer?
I love you, Dom. Yeah, listen, everybody knows
I
I'm
got
a.
a bet he goes no.
Oh, I'm a fan. I am a fan. I really want to see this kid do great, great things. I do, and I agree. There was a lot of filler stuff in there, and yeah, good beginning, couple of great spots, some letdowns, and some same old shit. This is what you got.
Last question I got for you.
What's that?
Where's Cody Rhodes?
I have no idea.
It's been what, a couple weeks? No update. Don't
Yeah.
know where he's at. What are we doing?
I don't know.
We just
Stay tuned for season 2 of Unreal, and
Oh.
we'll figure out what happened. So something obviously that's been kind of breaking in the pro wrestling world over the last few days.
You can't talk about this.
Sure, I can.
No.
I'm absolutely
It's a
going to.
sensitive subject right now.
Well, listen,
Are you gonna go there?
I am.
Okay. I think it's a bad idea.
Well, it will be all right. Raja Jackson, and Psycho Stu. Raja Jackson, the son of Rampage Jackson. Was it too far? And what's your take on it? And we'll just dissect it quick because I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on it. I think it's notable. It's worth talking about because it's unfortunate that a man is going through what he's going through now. And you know what? Kudos to Jericho and all the people that hit that guy's GoFundMe to help him out. But do you think it was too far? I think it was absolutely too far. I think there's a lot of mixed reactions going on in the world of wrestling right now from veterans, from Hall of Famers, from other people, and I think it was too far. And I'll tell you why. I think the moment that you get caught on your live stream talking about you're not going to do the work, you're going to hurt the guy for real, and then you go in there and bash his teeth down his throat, yeah, I think nothing personal against him or his dad.
Who's to blame for this?
The damn promotion.
The promoter and the referee.
So going into that,
Why would you, as a referee, why would you allow you knew he was unconscious from the time he hit the mat as a ref, right?
Oh,
He's
yeah.
standing there watching it. Why would you allow him to continue to tee off on
you
it?
have a great point there because the guy, now this is a
He
quote,
should be fired.
it's a quote from Rampage himself. My son is an MMA fighter. He is not a pro wrestler. And I will tell you, because I have a lot of knowledge in the MMA world, you know damn well there's adrenaline, there's hype, there's emotion, there's all those things wrapped into one. But you know damn good and well whether you are an MMA guy or not. Worse if you're an MMA guy and you're trained. When a guy goes out, you know he's out. So to lay on top of him and beat the hell out of him, yeah, I think it was very, very too far over the line. And it's a story I'm following very close. As you can see here, you got Knox Pro. Nothing against Rikishi. I'm sure Rikishi wasn't even there. Black Pearl, actually, I believe, is the guy that was there running the promotion, but him and Rikishi are the co-owners. I seen where the ties have been severed between Knox Pro and as one of the WWE ID schools. Was it the right move? I don't know. I also seen where 3 people were let go out of WWE over this very thing that broke.
Really?
Yep. Not anyone that I know or huge notable people, but there was 3 people let go out of WWE over this whole ordeal. I would love for you guys to hit the email and let us know what you guys think about this particular situation. And that's really all I got on it. I've waited for Rikishi. Rikishi made a statement that this should have never happened, yada, yada, yada. And that's great. But I also heard stuff that said that they were telling people, not Rikishi, but mind you, but that other people that were higher up were saying don't cooperate. So I'm curious to see how this whole story unfolds. And that's really all I want to say about any of it because there's a lot there. And I think justice is going to get served eventually.
Well, it's unfortunate on both parties, is what it is.
Absolutely.
It's unfortunate for the guy that got his teeth knocked out and is in the hospital. And,
Correct.
if this was supposed to be some type of work, shame on the promoter and the referee for not stopping it beforehand.
Right. And Stu, we wish you a very, very speedy recovery. And we thank you so much for your service to our country and all the things that you have given. I'm sorry that this happened. It's a very unfortunate situation. If anybody wants to help with the cause, I know that there is a GoFundMe out there. You just need to look up Stuart Smith. It's all attached in there somewhere. Chris Jericho showed up and donated. God bless Jericho, man. He's always doing some good stuff. So let's wrap that up and get right into
NXT
En La Casa.
I rated this 8.0. It was good. Did you catch the blindfold match?
Yeah, I did not.
Did you watch any of it?
Mm-hmm.
Be honest.
No,
Fell asleep, didn't you?
I did.
Unbelievable.
You ain't the only one having a rough run.
Shows?
What?
We're doing a podcast. I'm the only one watching this crap.
That's not true. That's absolutely not. Listen, I'm the son of a farmer. I go to bed early.
The blindfold match I thought was very, very funny. It was good. They're blindfolded. They don't know they can't see each other. They're dropping elbows in the middle of the ring when no one's there. It kind of ended, where he's touching the ref, and then he kind of strokes him in the eyes, like, oh, I didn't know. And then he pulls his blindfold off, and obviously wins, so he can see, and kicks him in the balls, and then he wins the match. I thought it was very good, very funny. Again, this to me goes back to AEW putting in some stuff that is fun. It's just a different variety of a match. Now,
Right.
could they really see in the mask? I don't know. I mean, but I thought it was pretty funny. Again, Ricky defeated Josh Briggs to get that #1 spot for Oba. But all in all, I thought it was a very, very decent put together show. I mean, I liked it better than Raw or SmackDown. So
Yeah, I dropped the ball on that one. I did. I had some stuff that I had to get done, and then I was kind of bushed, man. So I did not watch the show. Well, I hope you can forgive me for not contributing to the very end of the podcast there, Rufus. It is unbelievable. So that's all I've got for this week's episode, guys. Don't forget to hit up the email there, the Wrestling Lounge 25 at Gmail. It looks like we're gonna have a little bit more luck going live on the TikTok platform coming up in the next week or so. So we appreciate all the love that we've gotten on the social medias. Rufus is heading up the Instagram, the Facebook. I am on the
if I
YouTube.
can get my usernames and passwords to work.
Yeah, he's having a rough run on that. I got the TikTok and the YouTube, and we appreciate the support, the follows, the likes, the interaction, all that stuff. It really means the world to us, guys.
Absolutely. Tonight, AEW, you got Darby, and I think his name's Colito, Moxley versus Daniel Garcia. What the heck is so funny? Shut up. Anyways. And
Claudio?
Whatever. I don't know his name. I don't speak Spanish. And we might see Hangman come out tonight for a short promo. So stay tuned. If you're not watching, I advise you to tune into it. I will probably watch it. Darby's one heck of a talent. I give him credit, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think